Simon guys, Dan here, DD Speed Shop. 55 Nomad, as per usual. What else are we working on? Been fighting the weather lately. It is bitterly cold, like 35, 40 below-ish overnight Celsius. And I think when we get that cold, it's about the same in American units. Anywho, I want to work on this door. Now, if you happen to be new here, Nomad stuff is A, expensive, B, hard to find. So when I originally got this car, this door was on it. Now, there's a few different doors for Tri-5, so I'll give you just a quick tutorial. This is a hardtop door, so if you see, kind of has a slant downwards. This is actually a sedan door, which I, get the cables. I cut, well, about that much off. So you can see, that two-door sedan door, two-door post door. And a Nomad door is its own thing. And a Nomad door is a combination of a sedan door and a hardtop door. It has the sedan base, so it's straight back. And it has a unique glass, unique trim, which I tracked down the trim. And up here, basically is a hardtop wing window and whatnot. The trim is unique to Nomad, which I've also tracked down. The inside structure, for the most part, is sedan, and then around here it's very kind of boxed off. Where a sedan kicks further back, and a hardtop drops right down. So you can see where a sedan door, I had to do a bunch of cutting. It went further back. So we're basically going to have to kind of mimic what we got over there, here, top that up, which is no big deal. This is the trim piece. So all the butchery will be hidden. And then we'll be scavenging the top bits off. And I don't know if the door handles are the same or not. We'll probably put this one on for the time being. So that's the plan. Now, the door fits pretty good. It fits nice there and terrible at the bottom. You can see that gap. Now obviously the rockers and the cores and all that are correct. The door is the issue. And I figured out what the problem is. Man, a nice door handle will be sweet right now. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I had to grab a light anyway, so it worked out. Now, what I was trying to do is like, well, this doesn't make any sense how it fits. Well, I've solved the problem. So the way these hinges work, they're basically the same two-door, four-door as far as I know, and I don't know if Nomads are different, but this is what I'm working with. They have two screw head bolts, and in the back, there should be, I'm blocking it, you can see the holes there? There should be bolts. So there should be these two, and then those two, and that's your adjustment. And then you have your bars that go in the door. So I was trying to adjust the door a little bit, and I noticed, well, that ain't right. Nothing's tight. There's no bolts in there. So that's 100% the issue, which is good as far as I'm concerned. I'll hopefully those screws come out. Those are the wrong screws as well. Not that it really matters, but take those out. I gotta see, I don't know, Tri-5s are weird. Some stuff's fine thread, some stuff is coarse. So it needs a set of, like I said, two bolts in there, two bolts at the bottom. This is bent, needs to be straightened. I actually probably have another hinge in the basement. These can be tightened, make sure that's all good. And then if that works, we should be able to align the door. And because realistically what we want to do, we want the bottom hinge kind of out like that. But as we start to close it, see it walks its way over. And we lift it back up. So that's our issue. The top hinge is tight. Tighter. So that's why the top fits and the bottom don't. So simple enough, check your bolts. So I'm going to pull this door off real quick, assuming these four screws come out. Pull the door right off, see what those are for threads. I can then put it back together, and we should be able to align the door pretty simply. And really, I got to put a door handle on this because it's a nightmare. It all works, but it's a nightmare trying to pull it just by fingers. Doors off. Got everything apart. Now, I'll just see. Where's the other one? So this is the fasteners that were in the bottom, which I think they probably have the same thread pitch. They're just flat screws. The factory ones have this bulge to them. Now this one here, you see the threads are gacked, so that's no bueno. And this one was not bad. I don't know. There's one that was really ugly, but I think I can probably just re-tap those because they're the right thread. They're just probably dirty, and you can see how much plate we have in there. And then in the back, it's got a set of these dogs, basically, that if I can show them here at the same time. They fit in this piece here, so it's pain to get out. And this is upside down. But like that, and you have all the adjustment as well in that circle. That being said, everything is fine thread, 5/16, which I don't have anything here. So I'm going to see the basement if I have some more of these. If I have more of those, I'll run out and see if I get some of these from like the hardware store, because the fancy bolt bin place will be closed for sure. But everything's good, nothing's rotten. I can tap those out. I can, take this door apart and put the handle on the other one. I can still do a few things tonight, but getting it fit is going to be a problem. And there's no point working on this section until the door is properly fit. So I may have screwed it up, but I do have to go get propane anyways for the heater. So 2 birds stoned at once, I guess. Okay, lovely. Next day, I tried getting some hardware. Couldn't really find much, unfortunately. I didn't do a pile of running around, but I found one good used one in the basement. The other 2 that were the same-ish, I ended up just running them through a tap, or through dye. And then this one here I tried to re-thread as well, but didn't really go very well. So we got 3 out of 4. I did get some new hardware that threads in here no problem now. I'll clean everything up. So that's good. I might be able to just use a bolt temporarily. I was looking, so obviously it's got this kind of beveled edge that the screw fits in. Depending on how the door closes, I mean, if it goes all the way, it's too tight, but if it just goes level, there's enough I can put a bolt in the washer in there temporarily. We'll be able to put the 2 or 4, I guess I should say, there and there. So worst case, we'll have like 1, 2, 3, and then 2, and then 2. So that's way better than it had, because all it had before was 2 wrong ones at the bottom, 2 okay ones at the top, and nothing in the back. So 7 out of 8 is better than 2 out of 8 as far as I'm concerned. So we should be able to at least get it close. So I'll wrestle the door in, get some of this hardware in there, and close the door, and hopefully all my problems are solved. Okay, I actually had the lapse camera going, but this was probably an hour of screwing around because I really wanted the door to fit as good as I can. Now again, because we're chopping up miscellaneous doors and like nothing on this car, like this is almost like a custom car, because the jam was flapping in the wind. We got quarter new, rocker new, inner rocker new, floor new, door miscellaneous, and we're trying to make it all fit to the existing roof line off of the A-pillar, or whatever you want to call it, cowl. The fenders are not adjusted properly, so that's irrelevant, but it's pretty good. Sticks out just a bit at the bottom. The see, it's kind of got a bit of play there. I guess that's just because there's no weather strip. From the back side, it sticks out just a hair at the top, but overall pretty good down. I'm happy with that. The gap, it's not bad. It's a little fat, but that could be always changed. Now at the fender, we're rocked right up against it. But again, the fender I just bolted on. It's, and actually the bottom I think is, yeah, like, we're not going off that. We're working back to front. Obviously we can't move the quarter panel at all. This we can adjust anything we want. We're a little tight here, but the sedan door, like it's got gap at the bottom, but then it just starts to run in there. Kind of irrelevant. So I think we'll make it fit tight. When I'm talking make it fit, I'm talking this. We're going to chop this door up. There's actually a glass in it. We'll make this fit up there. Good. Then we can start boxing in this area. And if the door is as good as it's going to be and it's fitting at the bottom, which it is, and here it's a little sticking out, you can also just run a zip cut down there and kind of push the door in. Because it's close. I mean, I bet a zip cut amount would make it happen. So for making a door, again, it is what it is. It's going to be close. It's a box in the back, and that's the other thing, is maybe this is giving it a little bit of flex. I don't know. So let's see. I'm happy with it. I think it looks good. The door handle's on. Looks like a Nomad door to me. So now I think I gotta charge the camera up, but I'll probably just take all this stuff off, and I'll probably just slash all of this meat out that we need. I'll kind of eyeball it in there and see. I'll peel this out, this little bumper. I guess it just got some sort of clips or something like that, because I think the next step, look at that fits, is to get this piece situated in there. So that's pretty important. Now I might actually go take it off that side so you can see what it's supposed to look like up in here. But obviously I just hogged out. We'll go from there. See, I'm going to take the other side apart real quick. I'll be back. Okay, I got the other side trim off, but let's just show this. So I just cut across there. This I kind of blindly cut, which, as I'm finding out, I might have got a little far, but you know what? It was already starting to curve up. I can just feel it, and I can see it in the post. So let's walk to the other side. It's kind of a, well, it's a setup. It looks very homemade, so I don't know if this is an actual Nomad door or if this is a door someone has made. That's the back. Like, look at this. It's just welded on, kind of a cap and stuff. This one actually has body filler in there, so who knows. I don't know. And at the front, it literally just, like, look at this. It's just a burr, and then they kind of go in around the wing window and then back, and this is the piece that kind of hides it. Get it in there enough. So I mean, that's kind of the way you go. It's got to go further. Oh, I really put it on wrong. So I mean, this does perfectly line up in the back. So I kind of feel what I'm going to do is mimic this cut. First off, I'm going to do a few measurements, mark it, cut that. I will then be able to fit this piece on the other door. And then once it's fit on, I'll basically trace it on with whatever metal is left, cut that out, make that fit nice, and then it's like, weld a little piece in. I mean, look at this ginormous opening. This has to be a made door, because this is bent down. This has got to be a sedan door someone made. There's no way it's a Nomad door. I just don't know. Anyway, it's something. It can't be. It's got to be a Nomad door, because the post would go up. We don't have that, and there'd be all that meat there. Man, I wish I knew a little bit more. But this doesn't look all butchered in there, where the hardtop piece goes. Like, that's clearly original. Man, is this? I don't know. Alright, well, I'm going to start butchering the other side apart, and we'll see what we end up with. So I'm going to cut this door up. I made a little template on the other side, so obviously it can just be mirrored around. And basically just kind of put it there, give it a little fold over. It gave me kind of the cut line we're going to be going for. Again, it's a little different. There's a bunch of kind of structure in the front of the post. I don't know how much of that we're going to keep, but for now, we'll keep as much as possible. We're just trying to get this chrome piece to fit, or stainless piece to fit. she fits as much as you expect. So now we got to figure out, we're going to the front. Obviously it's still jammed just a little bit. So we'll have to slice that away. Oh, it's definitely a different shape. Okay, I'm going to strip this door real quick. We'll just take the wing window and all that stuff out of it. Okay, I got the piece off. Unfortunately, this door is so rotten, everything is just stuck together. But I went to the other side, and essentially, this right here is a little curve where it would be going into the rest of the door. And they pretty much match. It looks like the curves are going. So I cut this one, let's see, right at the flat. This one still has just a little bit of a curve, so I cut this kind of inch or so out and then tack it on. Now when this is closed, see right now we're jammed up against the top. It should be about 3/4 of an inch down. So I think I will start cutting, see if we can get fit, and then I'll fit all the trim on it that I have. And let's do a little eyeballing. I mean, that's really all we can do. I think this will just kind of be tacked together. This will all be hidden behind trim anyways. So, worst case, when we get glass and all that and the actual weather strip, if we have to cut this out and lower it, we can. It's a pile of pieces sandwiched together. So, I'm just going to cut there, and just weld her in. Where's my grinder? Okay, well, so I just jumped ahead a little bit. Obviously, I welded the piece in. This has some adjustment to it. This front piece, this obviously is sitting on there. Here's my measurement. My thumb just kind of barely fits in there. And if we go to the other side, my same thumb just barely fits in there. I had a tape out and all that, but man. Eh? I think it's pretty close. The door post, or the front piece, whatever you want to call it, is a little different on the Nomad. I had to do a little bit of trimming. But we got her going. Now this it's got some up and down adjustment in it, I guess. So we can do whatever we want. Realistically, the door fits pretty good. I'll have to get a window. This one is... we're gonna get it out now. Get that in there. That will then set this height, let's be honest, because it's going to have to fit. This has nothing in there. Once we get that fit, there'll be a backing. How's this go? This will go on the front side, kind of boxes it all in. And then there's should be a top bar, which is missing, that goes across as well, which then goes into the front. This is where the front of the window rides, the channel. So that's that. That's pretty close. I might see if I can get that window out and get it in there. I might have one in the basement. We'll see if we can get together. Then, with that all aligned, you basically see what we're working with here. Essentially, I'm thinking I'm just going to cut right across, like a nice flat kind of cut. I'll weld a piece on, so it'll be flat. And then I'll probably have to cut it out afterwards or grind it out when I get a window in, because I don't know where the window's going to want to set. Obviously there's going to be some channel there. But yeah, load her flush, be done with it, and then auger it out when I get a piece of glass for it. Come on, it's not bad. This looks ugly, but we'll fix that up in a hurry. And then this same thing, we can kind of bend it. So I should probably get the glass in there, set this where I want it, burn it in, finish that, and we'll call her. Okay, well, this is what we ended up with the back. I don't know. Looks like the other one did to a certain extent. I might plate that in there. We'll see, because I think this is going to have to come out depending on the window. Up at the front. That's a bit of cylinders. But got her all welded up there, and just F right off. Yeah, next time. Got around there. And then this is where it was a little goofy. They don't really match, so I don't know what I'm going to do there. Ultimately, it's all hidden by the trim. Once this all comes out, I can get right in there. And weld that proper. But I think what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to sit there and put a couple of screws in here to kind of hold it all together. And sit back, take a look at my handiwork. I think it looks freaking fantastic. Okay, so we're on the passenger side. Just to kind of show, I mean, I mimicked the other side as best I could. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. It does kind of, like the window folds in. You can see there's more trim showing at the top and the bottom. I don't know if that'll maybe, I don't know. That's what I did on the other side. Then back here, you can see I went straight across. This is all open. And I don't know how much of that I will have to have open. So if it's all of it, I'll just cut it out. No harm, no foul. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, it's just a box cut out. This one, I mean, there's a big gap here, so I don't know. We got to work on that. I mean, this is the door that came with the car. It was the good door. So I don't know if the quarter panel I got to weld a piece in or extend it out, or we'll figure that out down the road. Okay, it looks way better. This piece on, it just kind of mimics the curve. 150 bucks I paid for that. 140 or something like that. 120? Lots. So don't lose those. And if you got Nomad stuff. And I want to take a minute. Lots of people sent me Nomad doors that were for sale and stuff, and I appreciate it. A lot of them were rotten on the bottom. This door is, I would say, as good or better, at least. And I had this door for free. The other ones, they were $300, $400, $500 at least. American, probably $400 or $500 plus shipping a door from the US to Canada, with the weight and the exchange and all that, the doors are going to be $600 or $700 my money by the time they got here, and they were gutted. So I appreciate everyone who sent them to me and talked to me about them. You know, I think ultimately this was probably the best way for now. If I found a good set of Nomad doors, you know, maybe if I'm down in the States or something like that, I would definitely buy some. But for now, I think this is a pretty good fix. Got a bit of a gap there. This can be bent any which way, and let's be honest, nothing is tight, so we're just in the ballpark. It starts off further in and ends up further in. That could just be a matter of the door, or again, you can just the big crescent wrench, and that'll be any way it's going to be. And once there's weather strip in there, I think that'll probably hold it. They also have the wrong wing window, but so be it. This is how my back side looked out, so I'm already looking at it. I'm probably just gonna, with a grinding stone, make that nice, but really, it's fine. I think it looks good. The trim hides a lot. Closes pretty good. We did a lot in the last couple days. Oh, also the other doors, most of them didn't come with any trim, because that would have made it worth it. Because well, $40 for that. I think it was 120, 140, and then this was another $40, which rip. But you know what? You buy it while you have it. So this will cover everything on the inside now, because you see it's kind of ugly. This is supposed to be screwed to that, and then this is just like a trim piece that will go over, kind of like that. Obviously it has to go ahead. And then this is actually, this top where there's a screw hole, that's where there's supposed to be another piece of chrome that goes across, which currently I don't have. But look at the door closes. Oop. I'm impressed. So, sedan door bottom, 2-door hardtop piece on the top, miscellaneous Nomad bits, some sort of 4-door sedan window. It's a hodgepodge, it's Frankenstein, but it worked. It looks adequate for now, and enough that I feel like carry on and do body work on this, and any amount of screwing around we have to do will be belt line, or whatever this is called, up, which is all hidden by trim. The door fits nice, that's all that really matters. So that's where we're leaving it. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I do want to get some welding done in the jams, because they're not quite done, so that might be next. Not the whole video. Get that taken care of, and then we gotta start working on the back here, pulling out this tail pan, figuring out what we gotta do there, and then just general working on the tailgate. I've got it brake line closed, but it had a tear in it, and there was a little bit of rot on the bottom, so it might be a little bit more metal work there. Yeah, we'll see how she goes. Thank you very much for watching. As always, leave a comment, tell me how you would have done it. Everyone on the internet is smarter than me, I can accept that, but I'm happy with that for now. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.